Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio, and I'm here today in the town of Everett, visiting Camp Oneness and talking to its owner and president, William Grant. So we're here with Coach William Grant. Can you tell us about Camp Oneness?
Yeah, I sure can. Camp Oneness is a place designed to help inner city youth and their parents to decompress and revitalize their spirit from the urban kind of fare that they consistently are a part of.
And we see this boxing ring out here. Can you tell us about your history in the sport of boxing?
Yeah, actually, I've been a part of boxing since I was 12 years old, basically because I'm the youngest of 14 kids and my 8 sisters used to kick my ass. So when I was 12 years old, I went to Tony Unitas at Toronto Newsboys and said I need to learn how to box because my sisters keep kicking my ass.
And so Tony Unitas, was that down on Queen Street?
Queen and Augusta, and I grew up right there in the heart of it. Back in the day, that's when Remo DiCarlo, Nicky Filano, Eddie Mello, Robbie Rowe, they were all doing what they were doing. I just didn't want nobody kicking my ass. I wasn't trying to aspire to great heights. I just wanted to learn how to defend myself.
And you know what, it's a great sport to keep kids off the street and build self-confidence.
Yeah, most definitely.
So you utilize some of those principles ingrained with your camp that you have here?
Yeah, because I've always felt that boxing is a metaphor of life, and what I mean by that is that if you get knocked down in the sport, you got to get back up. And as we know, life can be a series of bumps and bruises and getting knocked down and getting back up. And being able to have this as a platform for youth to actually vent their anger or raise their self-esteem, it's a beautiful platform, as long as it's done in the right context.
So can you tell us what happens here at Camp Oneness, and can we take a look around
Sure.
At what you do?
Sure you can. Basically, the summary of it is I get groups of kids from various agencies, whether it be Toronto Community Housing, Boys and Girls Club, YMCA. I bring them here and I introduce them on how to build fires and how to navigate through the woods and how to do various exercises that are holistic and give them a sense of what it's like to have an organic life where you're living off of nature. That's the primary thing. My specialty is as a Canadian born in Nova Scotia, knowing my history since 1784 in Canada, I specialize in black history, so I get sometimes specifically young groups of blacks, and I like to teach them about our history. A lot of things they don't know, and they'll never learn it in school. They need a platform to have more knowledge so they can empower themselves and build up their spirit and know that they come from a very tough, ingrained people that have endured a lot to achieve very little, but still have endured and prevailed.
And so if people want to get involved with the camp and find out more about what you do, how do they get to do that? How do they contact you?
The easiest way is to go to the website, camponeness.ca. Yeah, so this is the lodge. Most people don't realize how big it is. Like right now you can sit here and look at it from this vantage point, and it will seem really not that formidable or a little bit insignificant. But once you go inside, and you'll see that it actually houses a lot of youth, and it has a unique spirit because there's been so many youth that have traveled through here and that have benefited from not just being hosed in a very cabin orient, but they've actually been hosed in a very regimented, organized space, and it seems to do something to impact their spirit positively. So let me go show you what I'm talking about. Then there's Logan. He only comes in the house when I tell him. All right, so this is the side entrance to the sanctuary. And this here is the main hub of the whole house. It's called the sanctuary. The kids are not allowed to drink in here other than water. Generally, we'll have 12 to 20 kids in here, you know, with chairs to accommodate them. And we'll do workshops. We'll talk about, you know, what's some of the good things about their life, some of the negative things about their life, teach them how to do journaling and and through the process of that, we set up the decor even beyond what you see here. And if you look around, you'll see things that have empowering notes that, you know, for the most part, the kid will look at it, doesn't mean anything. But subliminally, it has an impact because they understand when they see a sign that says, do what you love, or all you need is love, or, you know, these are powerful things that you can subconsciously plant a seed, and it can be very healing and soothing towards these kids. So that's why this sanctuary is so very important. I mean, I got music, I got everything I need here. We do drum circles in here. It depends on the group. It's just an amazing spot to get a group of kids and make them feel good about themselves, and to give them lessons that are definitely life lessons. So now I guess you should see the kind of housing arrangements we have for them. We generally have 2 kids in a room. There's 9 bedrooms, and here's one of the rooms here. As you can see, it's 2 double beds, and, you know, a couple of chairs, some natural flowers that we picked from the area. And these are the accommodations that the kids get to enjoy when they come out to Camp Oneness. And then if you keep looking, we go into another room, trying to change the decor in each one. And we always provide a towel and, you know, make sure that everything's clean and ready to go for the kids. And each room has its own distinct view. And here's one shower. There's 3 showers total, but this is one of the shower areas, our linen closet. And here's another one of the rooms that is, it depends on the time of the day, because all these rooms get to see the sun, and the kids actually have more fun in here than they do outside sometimes, it seems to me. So that's only 3 of the rooms that are up here. There's actually 2 more to see, which might be hard to fathom, but it's actually true. So let me just show you quickly what that looks like. So now we're coming into another room that's, once again, has its own unique setup, its own character.
And these are large rooms, and this is still just the main floor.
Yeah, this is just the main floor. So like I said, so far we've accommodated 8 people, because we've been in 4 rooms, and now is the last room, which is the main room, which is generally the counselors and the leaders will stay in. This is my actual favorite room. And it's facing towards the road, so you can see everybody that's coming in. So this is pretty much the main room. And we have central air, we have heating. This facility is used all year round. It's right now, if you've seen any of the pictures, or if there's footage there of the outside, if you were to come back 3-4 months from now and see the colors and the changes, it's just absolutely breathtaking. The character of the house changes along with the character of the weather, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now we get into the amenities. We have a full kitchen. So the kitchen works in 2 ways. Either you can pay the Camp Oneness team to come in and cook your meals and prepare for the kids, or they can bring their own cook. And if they do, we have an ample fridge that's empty. We have tons of glasses, tons of counter space with the deep fryer, the toaster, the coffee maker, the blender, the mixer, the microwave, the oven. So everything is there, but also the kids are responsible for cleaning. So we've put these little signs up, you know, that go around. You have here, it says be grateful, and it shows a grater, because we're trying to get these kids domesticated, right? And they, not only do they see something like that, and then we have another one, it just says just roll with it, which is, you know, if you can imagine a kid baking a pie and, you know, feeling stressed out and whatever, and they're rolling that pie, and it's just like, you know, just roll with the punches of life. So we try to have that kind of character. Here's the hallway, here's another shower area, just to let you know we don't squeeze 20 kids into one shower. We do have 3 different shower areas. And the themes, the colors are always different for each one. And then this is my favorite area, which is the entrance area. We came in from the side door. So I actually created these hooks for each kid to have their own hook for their jacket. Because I believe I have a little bit of a military background, so I believe in discipline and structure. So each kid is required to put their coat, their overcoat on here in the fall, and to put their shoes on the shelves, because one of the things that is easy to achieve with kids when you're showing them love and kindness is structure and discipline. If they're feeling love and kindness, they don't mind doing what they need to do. Whereas if you get them at a city urban event where everybody's going around, half the people are swearing and all these things are going, you don't get the same results. And an example would be that if I was to give 10 kids a bottle of water, and if I was in the housing development in the project, maybe 6 of them might say thank you. Maybe not even that many, because it's not expected of them. It's not that they don't want to. these kind of environments make it easy to correct that kind of behavior. And here's the outside deck, which is, as you can see when you look to the left, the first thing you see is the telescope, because the stars out here are just totally amazing and brilliant always to see. And then if you look directly ahead, you'll see all the chairs, which are covering up my fire pit and my firewood. We always have bonfires out here, and it's 104 acres, and it's very common to see deer and wild turkeys and rabbits and frogs. Loki, my dog, he's been beat up by 3 skunks and 2 porcupines over the years, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So I don't know what to tell you. For the kids, keeping in mind before we go downstairs that it is it's where we eat. The kids are not allowed to eat in the sanctuary. This is his staging area. In the summer, a lot of times they'll eat outside, but if it's raining, we have a dining area downstairs in the basement, and let me give you a gander. All right, well, I guess the first thing I'll show you is that there's another shower, so you want to know that these kids do have ample shower space, and we have full amenity laundry, washer and dryer, and you know, all the things, rug, shampoo, you know, everything that's needed to sustain what the kids need at any given moment. And then we go into, well, actually we'll come into the bedrooms first. This is my favorite bedroom down here because of the way the sun hits it at the time of the day and the view. This is one of the rooms. The decor is very simple, but everything's clean and everything's organized, and the beds are actually quite comfortable. The next room, I only have one big bed in it because a lot of times we have 20 kids. So along with this big bed, there's a fold-away bed and 2 mattresses. So it's not uncommon to open this bed up and to throw a mattress in each one of the rooms, so that way we can actually accommodate the numbers that we need, which is 20 kids is generally what we're looking at. And then there's the last room, which, once again, it's very plain but very clean and very organized and maintained. And all the electrical, everything works in every room. There's never any problem. I know that to be true because I'm the maintenance guy. So here's the eating area. This is where the kids eat. Right now the chairs are outside because it's that time of the year where we really don't need the chairs. But we have an old TV. If it's their own time, they're allowed to hook up an Xbox or do whatever. Mind you, there's a few of my tools, whatever, because I am also the repairman. When a table or something breaks, I fix it. These couches, they all recline. The kids can just sit here and lay. They just seem to have a lot of fun because, you know, the girls sometimes will be upstairs and the guys will be downstairs, and they have their own little space and they can just laugh and frolic and have fun. So, and then of course, that sign there, the Canadian Youth Project, is what I originally started when I came to Toronto from Nova Scotia in 2010. I started it in the area I grew up in, which is called Atkinson Co-op, formerly known as Alexandra Park. I started it, and the concept being stop the hate, motivate, because when I went back into the housing development where I grew up, there were still all the different factions and groups of different cultures, but it wasn't like back in the day where we all got along. There was nothing bridging the gap. One culture was staying here, another culture was here. They weren't intermingling, and there wasn't enough bridging the gap. So I tried to coin that by saying stop the hate, motivate. So stop hating each other, motivate each other to be better, is what my thought was at that time.
So I just want to say thanks to Coach Grant, or William Grant, for taking us through his facility, Camp Oneness.
A place of love and kindness.
Amazing facility. As you can see, it's a lot larger once we start going through it. And they're doing amazing work out here. Don't forget, they also have the annual pig roast coming up, which is going to be a fundraiser. That's going to be on August the 19th.
August 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's a weekend event. And what we want to do is encourage adults to bring their kids, their grandkids, and let them come out and have some real country fun and enjoy your day and enjoy possibly the evening while we're listening to a lot of old school music.
Excellent. Remember, you can ask us any questions related to boxing by sending us a message through Twitter or through email, okposio@hotmail.com. Don't forget to also subscribe to get every episode of the D.O. Boxing Show. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cool.